So hello, a warm welcome to everyone who's joining us for our final event of the first Argentine-German startup contest in the sector of agricultural technology. My name is Nora. I work in the German-Argentine Chamber of Industry and Commerce, or short AHK Argentina, as you can see in my name, and I will be the moderator for the next 1.5 hours. So before we continue, please make sure to select the language that is good for you. Click the interpretation globe at the bottom of the screen, and then click on the language that you would like to hear, in this case, English or Spanish. If you cannot see the small globe icon, please click on the 3 dots, and then the interpretation function should appear. If you have any inconvenience with this or other comments, you can write us via the Q&A button. I will now repeat that in Spanish for all that do not speak English. Les damos una muy cálida bienvenida a todos que se están sumando hoy a nuestro evento final del primer concurso AgTech argentino-alemán. Antes de seguir, les pido que por favor se aseguren de seleccionar el idioma que más les convenga. Hagan clic para esto en el icono del globo de interpretación en la parte inferior de Zoom de la pantalla y luego pueden seleccionar el idioma que les gustaría escuchar, en ese caso inglés o español. Si tienen algún inconveniente o algún comentario, pueden escribirnos a través del botón de Q y A, y a partir de ahora voy a cambiar nuevamente a inglés y voy a ir también al canal de inglés, si entiendo bien. So we're very excited for today's event, and I hope you are too, because we will listen to several pitches by super innovative startups working in the agro-industrial sector, and we will also select the winners of our contest today. This event is being recorded, and by accepting the terms and conditions that I'm sure every startup has thoroughly reviewed, we consider your consent for the recording is given. If any other speaker does not like to be recorded, please let us know via the Q&A button as well, right? I now invite Manik Storn and Annika Klump to the digital stage, representatives of the two organizations that have managed the startup competition, to give us the official welcome words and a more detailed introduction. Let's start with Manix.
A very good morning from Buenos Aires to you all. It's a pleasure to see many known and also some unknown faces. On behalf of the German-Argentine dialogue on sustainable agriculture innovations, I think it's really exciting that we have been able to gather all these very interesting ideas from startups. The program and the contest has been organized by a team and a project that's financed by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture in Germany, that has a bilateral agreement with the Argentinian Secretary of Agriculture to start a dialogue on sustainable agriculture and how to innovate, both publicly at the level of startups and at the level of science. So it's really great that in this first trial we have all these very interesting startups. I've been going through it. I think it's coming from the more biological side for me. It was really great to see also, besides the tech and the cool tech ideas, that there are also some really cool biotechnological ideas. I saw some colleagues from Davis. I saw some people. I lived for a long time in Chile, who started in Chile as Startup Chile. So very cool to see that we have this global community and that we now today do this in the context of this contest in the context of Germany and Argentina. So I'm looking really forward to listening to all the great ideas, and for all those startups, I wish you very good luck and hope to see you soon in live. Thank you.
Thank you, Manik. So I think I go on. Is it okay, Nora? So good morning or good afternoon also from me to our German and our Argentinian or maybe even worldwide audience. We're very happy to have you all virtually here with us today to have the final event, the pitch deck of the first Argentine-German AgTech contest. Thanks to our partner, the German Argentine-Dialogue of Sustainable Agricultural Innovations, we've been working for this event for so long and feel very happy that so many innovative startups from Argentina and Germany took part in this contest, and that today in the final event our excellent jury will be able to listen to 5 Argentinian and 2 German startups, one of each getting the possibility to travel to Germany or to Argentina and to implement and prove the solutions, and for the second and third startups winning even a mentoring program organized by the Dialogue on Sustainable Agricultural Innovations. So we have nowadays a world that is facing challenging times and with threats like geopolitical tensions and consequences of climate change, and the following impacts on the agricultural sector challenge food production and food safety worldwide, and giving rise to inequality and disorder. So we also see at the same time great solutions approaches that help solve these problems and try to fill gaps in agricultural production, technology lacks, and not sustainable practices of agriculture. With this AgTech contest, we want to enhance the exchange between Germany and Argentina in the field of sustainable agricultural innovations and solutions to support the development of a really sustainable sector. We want to invite all startups to keep searching for business opportunities in this sector and are happy to accompany you as best as possible from the AHK Argentina as well. An enormous thank to the German Federal Ministry of Food and Agriculture for the funding of this program, the German Argentine Dialogue on Sustainable Agricultural Innovations, and IAK Consulting for the excellent cooperation in the whole process of the development and implementation of this contest. And thanks to our partners, the Ministry of Economy, the Secretary of Agriculture, the National Agricultural Technology Institute, the State of Bavaria Office for South America, and the CREA. Thanks to the jury we have here today, and whom my colleague Nora will present in a few minutes, for the startups that are here today, and for all that took the time to be part of this contest, and all of you, all the attendees that are sharing this final event with us today. So enjoy the final event, and good luck for all the pitches today.
Perfect. Thank you, Manix, and thank you, Annika. Yes, if you have mentioned, Annika, we have a very professional group of 4 judges today with us that will choose the winning startups. Maybe to explain that again, we have 1 first place from Argentina, 1 first place from Germany, and we also have a second and a third place that will not go home with empty hands. And I thought it'd be great that the judges present themselves and that you get to know them first. So I would like to invite now the 4 judges to present yourselves briefly in 2 or 3 sentences. Let's start maybe with the Argentine representatives and then with the 2 representatives from Germany. So Gabriela, would you like to start?
Hola, buenas tardes o buenos días para todos. Soy Gabriela Tagliarico, coordino un programa nacional de AgTech en INTA, que es el Instituto Nacional de Tecnología Agropecuaria. Gracias por la invitación y felicitaciones a todos los participantes, porque ha sido un lujo ver sus propuestas.
Perfect. Gabriel.
Hola, ¿cómo les va? Gracias por la invitación, un gusto estar acá con ustedes. Mi nombre es Gabriel Tinguitela, soy responsable del área de innovación de CREA. CREA es una organización fundada y dirigida por productores agropecuarios de Argentina.
Pamela.
Hi there, everybody. Nice to see you and meet you all here virtually. My name is Pamela Valdivia, as Nora already said. I'm the Executive Director of the State of Bavaria Office for South America, and I'm honored to get to know your innovations today. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you very much, Panela. Last but not least, Martin.
Hello, everybody. Good morning from Germany. My name is Martin Schneider. I'm one of the two managing directors of IAK. We are a consulting company, consulting farms in Germany, as well as making international projects in this area. And yeah, I'm very honored to be here and to have a look on these excellent companies. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much to the 4 jurors. Very short and precise. I like that. I just want to mention that all the 4 judges have the same evaluation criteria that we defined previously to evaluate the startups. And these are comprised of the following 9 points that I would like to state right now so everyone knows what are the most important points for the pitches. So first, promotion of sustainability in the agro-industrial sector. Second, improvement of productivity. Then innovativeness of the solution and the business model. Also scalability of the business model. Then performance of the startup solution. Long-term success chances. The international focus and knowledge about the other country, in this case, Argentina or Germany. And the feasibility of the presentation of testing the solutions within 2 weeks in Germany or Argentina, because this will be the first prize, the winner's award, and the quality of the pitch, which includes well, professionalism, level of English, and this stuff. So I've sent this to the startups beforehand. I hope that this should be no surprise to you. And now that we know the background, we know the judges, we know the evaluation criteria, I think it's time to get to know the startups and start with the pitches. You have all a maximum of 3 minutes per pitch and followed by a maximum of 5 minutes of questions by the judges. Maybe there's no questions, could also happen. So it's a maximum of 5 minutes. And I will put on a timer. Let's see if that works. Let's make a short test. It should appear next to my head. I hope you can see it. Perfect. Yeah. So there, small, you might also look at this little watch. I think all the startups will show slides. So of course my video will only appear in a very small scale on the right side, but you can still see the little clock there, right? And we will be pretty strict with the time, so please stay within the 3 minutes. Okay, so I would say let's start with the first block of startups, which is the block of the German startups. And we would like to start with Plantalizer and Diego. So Diego, feel free to start whenever you want.
Okay, thank you, Nora. Let me share my screen with you. Well, as Nora mentioned, I'm Diego from Plantalizer, and we founded this company 2 years ago in Hanover, in Germany. And we were very worried about, how the increasing world population demands more food production, and food production is related to agriculture. And so the agriculture production is driven mainly, or actually now, by chemical fertilizers use, and we are worried about the environmental problems that these mineral fertilizers have on the environment. So we developed a biofertilizer that combines, on one hand, biochar produced from slash with plant growth promoting microorganisms. And this combination led us to a product that increases yield, increases stress tolerance for plants, and they make nutrients more available for crops. This results in a product that increases yield in a sustainable way. So, as I was mentioning, our company is based on Germany, But we are very interested in the market from Argentina because of the importance of agriculture in this country. There are some other products that are being sold in Germany based on biochar, but what makes our product unique is that we can select which microorganisms we apply on the biochar, so and in which combination and proportion. So we can customize this product depending on the needs of the crop and making a product that is sustainable and with high quality. Some of the results we have from greenhouse trials in white cabbage, we get an increase in plant biomass from 25 to 38, and we are currently carrying out some field trials in Emsdetten, in maize, and we're expecting some results for around middle of September, by the end of September. Our product is in a TRL 6 stage of development. We already have some field trials, as I was mentioning, and we have some prototypes already finished. This is our team. Professor Jutta Pappenbrock from University of Leibniz in Hanover, who has much experience in plant science. Me, I'm a microbiologist, and Kushal, who has a master in international horticulture. So that's pretty much it from a very brief presentation, and I hope we get some good questions from you.
Perfect. You even had
Yes.
like 5 seconds more. Very good. So do the judges have any question?
Yes, I think Pamela raised her hand.
Ah, okay. Pamela, of course, please just activate your microphone and ask your questions.
Okay. So thank you, Diego, for your short presentation. I tried to capture all the meanings behind that. And my first question is, what kind of sludge do you use, or where do you get it from, or how do you certify the quality of the sludge?
Yes, we are currently getting the sludge from water treatment plant from Denmark. They produce this sludge. It's from a city sludge. So we analyze, because we are very worried about the content of, for example, heavy metals, but it was from Denmark. We already got a certification, and we can use it on the field. So the content of heavy metals, there are some heavy metals, but the amounts are very low. So we are able to apply it on the fields.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. I think Gabriel was next.
Sí, la pregunta es, entiendo que la producción de biochar requiere mucha energía y también genera emisiones. ¿Cómo es esa ecuación energética para producir ese biochar?
Okay, I don't know who asked that, but I can answer. Actually, the biochar is produced by a process called pyrolysis. This is a degradation of the carbon or the organic matter on the sludge. And the process, it's an exothermical process, so it generates energy. Actually, this energy is used for drying the biochar before it's processed on the pyrolysis system. We need some energy to start the process, but then the energy that is generated is used on the pyrolysis itself. Actually, the energy that is exceeding this, the production of the pyrolysis process is used, for example, to take advantage, for example, for heating, or it can be used for electricity production.
Perfect. I think that's answered. Gabriela?
Y en caso de traslado o producción local en otro país distinto de Alemania, que ustedes están ahora localizados, ¿cuánto sería la implicancia de esa producción de fuera de los lugares en los que están hoy habituados? el traslado de materiales o de insumos necesarios, y cuánto tiempo se requeriría hacer el estudio de micronutrientes específicos para esa área en la cual deberían estar implementando la solución de modo local.
Okay, yes. I mean, it makes no sense to bring or take the biochar from Germany to Argentina, because we are very worried about the CO2 footprint. So if we are trying to store carbon on the soils, then it doesn't make sense to bring it all the way from Germany to Argentina. So our idea is, first, for this test, we will have to bring or to take the biochar from Germany to Argentina, but then our idea is to produce the biochar in Argentina and taking advantage of the industrial waste that we can find there, especially agriculture industry, because that way we can recycle nutrients that otherwise are discarded on the environment. So our idea is to produce the biochar in Argentina.
Okay, Martin?
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. 2 questions. First one, do you already have some field trial results in terms of yield effects? And second question, to which type of crops is it economical viable for to use your product?
Well, our prototype, we selected 2 microorganisms that are very efficient for cereal crops. So it can be applied on many crops because it has like a general traits that increases plant growth, but we are specifically thinking about cereals. So probably maize, as we are testing in Germany, it's another good option for a trial in Argentina.
And the field trial results in terms of yield effects?
Sorry, I didn't hear you well.
Is the field trial results in terms of yield effects?
Yes, about the pH is close to neutrality on the biochar that we are using in Germany. This is a very important thing because we are expecting the microorganisms to live on the biochar. So if the pH is too low or too high, that is the case from some biochars, this could affect really bad the survival of the bacteria or the microorganisms on the biochar. And we are not sure about the yield increase that we can have on crops, for example, crop cereals. The results we have, it's around 25 to 30% of increase. We tested on greenhouse experiments until now. So that's from white cabbage. So it's not cereal or maize. So we're expecting from September results on yield on field tests that we're doing in Germany.
Perfect. I think we already have reached the 5 minutes, to be honest. I know that there are more questions. Pamela, is yours a quick question?
Have you thought about the business model, Diego, how you're going to monetize your solution?
Yes. Well, I didn't get to present it because it was just a brief presentation. Our idea is to sell the product directly to the farmers. So there are some other aspects that we are thinking about, for example, the carbon credits sales, but I mean, we can. The idea is to sell it as a fertilizer, as a biofertilizer, to increase crop productivity. So that's our idea of where we get the revenue.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Diego. Thank you very much to the judges for all the questions. To not lose more time, let's continue with Michele from Smart Cloud Farming, our second German startup.
Thanks, Nora. Hello, everybody. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Good afternoon. Buenos dias, guten Tag. I'm Michele. I'm the CEO and founder of Smuggler Farming, a startup from Berlin. I'm very happy to be here today with you. Smuggler Farming was born to empower agriculture companies worldwide with soil intelligence. And we create soil intelligence for the agribusiness and the farming sector. Around 26% of the world carbon emissions come from agriculture, but until now, there has been no scalable solution for this problem. For both farmers and agri-food companies, the current solution for soil measurement represents a costly and a very labor-intensive barrier. This means that farmers are not incentivized to switch to sustainable practices, and for agri-food companies, the transition to net zero is very difficult. Smuggler Farming has transformed the soil data problem into a soil intelligence solution with advanced machine learning. We basically deployed advanced deep neural networks to measure and map soil parameters with a staggering speed and scale. We can process up to 15,000 hectares per hour. Our current solutions are the soil organic carbon, the soil texture, and the soil carbon stock, all of them in 3D maps. We also patent our technology to prove the innovation of our approach with a PCT WIPO patent. This is our solution. So why is our solution relevant to Argentina? In 4 words, rigorous and scalability measurement. Here you can see also a demo of our soil organic maps, carbon maps for Tuscany, in which we map basically 2.3 million of hectares in 7 days. Since we can improve what we cannot measure, we need to measure soil parameters more precisely, and we have that, more cost-effectively, check, and in a more scalable way, check, check, check. Here you can also have an overview of our current clients and ecosystem partners. We started to commercialize our solution last year, and we're getting more and more tractions in 2023. Our solution is globally available. But we have been so far active in Europe, North America, and South America and Africa. Once again, why is our solution relevant to Argentina? Because of our rigorous and scalability measurement. We also put here an example of a tentative proof of concept for the Cordoba province. First, we select basically an area and size of interest, then we go with basically either the essential or the primo solution, depending on the needs and the goals. This is the team. There's a perfect balance between agricultural knowledge and machine learning skills. And thank you all for your attention. And I put another map clip, and I'll be happy to address all your questions. That should be 3 minutes sharp, actually.
Yes, perfect, Michele. Thank you very much. I see the first hand of Pamela.
I'm gonna keep the presentation in case I have some slide to support my answer with that. So please, please, Pamela.
So first question for you is, how does your business model work? So how do you monetize? How do you charge your clients? Who do you charge?
So our customer basically agro, food and beverages companies. They are also big farmers, the so-called carbon developers farmers. And we charge that per hectare base, basically. And our business model is information as a service right now that is moving towards SaaS, so software as a service.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Gabriela?
A mí no. Mencionaron que los modos de monitoreo lo hacían por satélite. ¿Qué otro tipo de tecnología están incorporando, además de imágenes satelitales? Y otra de las preguntas es cómo hacen entrega de los resultados que se obtienen. El productor o empresa o compañía, institución que recibe esos datos puede reaprovecharlo en otro tipo de investigación, puede hacer uso de esos materiales que se están dando o están cerrados.
All right. I think I get it, but just to be sure, the question is about how did you get sure that our results are precise and accurate enough? Oh, yes, it's like that. Okay, when you
Sí, pero cómo complementaban los distintos tipos de tecnologías también.
so how is the technology is working? Okay, so basically our core competence is basically deep neural network, so machine learning expertise. We're using basically any kind of raw data that are can be scalable enough for us. And at this moment, we're using satellite data that are able to like basically scan a large amount of lands. This is being used as raw input basically, and we have been basically extracting from this picture 195 parameters for each picture that are the readers for the soil parameters. We are also, when we build our system, the one we patent, integrated over 2 million of soil data set. And this is our basically our comparison, let's say, bar. So every time I say the accuracy in terms of mapper, it's basically a blind test against lab analysis, soil organic carbon, automated dry combustion parameters. So that's how we compare ourselves every time. Let me know if I answer everything or you want more. Very happy to follow up.
Maybe we can continue with the other two questions to stay in time more or less. Gabriel.
Tiene que ver con la validación de la tecnología a partir de los muestreos que hacen en el suelo. ¿Qué tan bien han resuelto el tema de la variabilidad del carbono? ¿Y a qué área pueden extrapolar lo que miran con una imagen satelital sobre la base de lo que relevan en el suelo?
So the highest basically resolution we can get is 10 times 10 meters. So on average, on an hectare, we can get up to 50 pixel. You can see basically in here. Here, basically, we can see a Tuscany. Basically, this is from a paper that we're gonna publish next month. Here is like we scan whole Tuscany, of course. One of the pixels that you see here, it's a much bigger. One pixel is basically around 45,000 samples of 10 times 10s, all combined to show a value. And this is like the highest resolution. So you see basically in a field in Tuscany, each 10 times 10 basically value of soil organic carbon. And yeah, we are doing the trainings and doing also, for example, the second premium package that we have, the one in which we have a small, basically, soil sampling campaign in that field. We take into account for the soil variability. So we implement basically the FAO protocol for soil samplings, and especially like the composite samplings, and then a pre-stratification to direct much more efficiently the soil campaign. But we're talking about for areas between 10,000 hectares and 100,000 hectares. There was like, there's actually this one. There was a proposal for us. We're talking like reference samples if the second option is being chosen between 0.2 and 2%. So it's extremely efficient, while at the same time taking into consideration the soil variability.
And the last question of Martin.
Yes, thank you. Again, two questions. First question, which satellite do you use, Sentinel, or is it something special? Second question, have you made some analysis with soil samples from lab and checked it there, and was there an official authority checking this? For example, in Germany, we have Nufa. Did you make some checks together with them, with an independent partner, how it works? And perhaps also, how deep are you looking in the soil as you are just looking from the satellite to the subsurface? Thank you.
Very good questions. Yes, first answer is like we're using very special satellites. That is, of course, the Sentinel constellation for us, for as European. So we started with Landsat, and we moved into Sentinel-2 and Sentinel-1. all the measurement that you see, we call it 3D maps because it's not only 10 by 10, but it's a measurement of the first 30 centimeters of soil organic carbon, soil texture, or soil organic carbon. So actually, the measurement it's the one that can be used, globally for issuing carbon credits, or that's the standard basically for soil samplings, the one that is mostly adopted. Concerning the official basically authorization, like certification. So we are comparing ourselves every time against automated combustion parameters. So that's the map that we have, and we consider to go for a ISO certification right now on these terms, but we've been challenged because like on a global scale, there's no one entity. I mean, beside FAO and the World Bank that has a protocol, and we follow this protocol already. But in terms of certification, there are different kind of entities in Germany, in Italy, probably in Argentina as well. So we are thinking to go with an ISO certification for getting more, for getting a certificate out of that.
Okay, I think that should be enough. Thank you very much to the two German startups. To be honest, I have to say that in the end, we wanted to have some more German startups, but those two were the only ones that complied with all the conditions of the startup. So yeah, it's a 50-50 chance between the two of you to win. In the case of the Argentine startups, we have 5. So there's some more competition. Let's see who's the first. We put in the program Caligenia. Nicolas, the virtual stage is yours. Please start whenever you want. Perfect, I see the presentation. I can't hear you, just to mention. Nicolás?
Nicolás, no te escuchamos.
I think you have to unmute maybe your microphone. Or without the headphones in the end.
Maybe he needs to go to original sound and not to the English or Spanish.
Can you hear me right now or not?
There you are.
Yeah.
Yes? Perfect.
Yes.
So sorry. Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Nick, CEO of Caligenia. And what if I tell you that we can transform degraded soils into highly productive ones and in just 20 weeks? This is something binary, from 0 to 1. Plants grow or they don't. And what if by applying our product to restore this soil, we are also removing CO2 from the atmosphere and storing it for thousands of years? Well, this is validated by the most renowned carbon credits certifiers. We are Caligenia, and we achieve it by using the bacterchar, a unique product we formulated from biochar and microorganisms. But each degraded soil is a whole new world. That's why at Caligenia, our scientific team led by women applied the latest innovative technologies in biology to understand why the soils are degraded and how we can make it productive again. We developed a platform that tells us which are the optimal organic waste that needs to be selected in each case and how we have to transform it into a specific biochar for each degraded soil. Additionally, we isolate and incorporate plant growth promoting microorganisms into the biochar, creating the perfect combination for effective restoration, so that in just 20 weeks after its application, the soil is completely restored. At Caligenia, we applied one of our bacteriachars in a heavily acidified soils and also another one on a sodium saline soil where plants cannot grow. In less than 20 weeks, physical, chemical, and microbiological parameters required for plant growth were completely restored. In other words, it makes the agroecosystem function again. To scale up the application to the soil, no specific machines are required. And once in Germany, in 2 weeks, we can produce our bacteriachar following local degraded soil needs and available organic waste. We can also apply it in soil plots and come back after 20 weeks to verify that the magic has happened. So we are at the same time restoring soils, removing CO2 from the atmosphere, while repurposing organic residues. This means we can revalue obsolete soils, sell carbon removal credits, and in some cases even get paid a tipping fee for the waste treatment. If we struggle enough, it is possible to achieve both a profitable and 100% eco-friendly solution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nicolas. Well, first hands always Pamela. Pamela, let's go.
Thank you, Nicolas. Same question as for the first startup. So where do you get your bio-organic residues, the rest? I don't know, your biochar, how do you select it? How you certify that it is organic?
Excellent question, excellent question. First, we have this platform which tells us which are the optimal organic waste for each degraded soil. And we are according to Puro Earth and some certifiers that they validate it's organic and how much carbon credits we will obtain for each of those. So we know exactly which one to apply to each soil. And it must be near the location.
Okay, and you know already where do you get it from in Germany, right?
Yes, we have been talking with one company there that they have a few thousand tons to do the first trial. We are in conversation. We didn't sign anything, but we are in conversations.
Okay, thank you, Nicolas.
Thank you, Gabriela.
Sí, con respecto a la etapa de comercialización, los clientes con los cuales están previendo trabajar, ¿qué escala o qué magnitud de producción podrían llegar a tener o están teniendo a nivel productivo, si son medianos, grandes o grandes extensiones? Eso por un lado, y el sistema de cobro o de financiamiento que ustedes están previendo, ¿tiene que ver directamente con bono de carbono o tendrían otro sistema de cobros?
Excelente, excelente. Shall I answer in English or Spanish? Okay.
Do you prefer?
Okay, yeah, no, perfect question. We are working with very big farmers who have thousands of degraded soils, and first doing a very small trial on a 300 square meter to validate that we can restore. This is not increase the yield. This is from 0 to 1, like they grow or they don't. So they are very interested. They tell us, do it for free. Like we will do it. We will pay for that. And there are 3 streams of energy, of revenue. That one I didn't mention, that we can also produce renewable energy, also apply to the soil, and it's like unvaluable. That they tell us, here we cannot grow plants, so that would be unvaluable. And also, yes, carbon credits and waste treatment if they are contaminating.
Thank you, Nicolas. Third question from Martin.
Yes, thank you for having my question. When I'm now a farmer with perhaps 100 hectares of degraded soils, how much does it cost for me?
How much does it cost?
Yes.
To restore those soils?
Yeah.
That's an excellent question. it depends on too many things, and we are working with that in the platform, because first it must be very close. If it's more than 200 square meters, if it's the distance is larger than 200 kilometers, for example, you cannot certify carbon credits. And every kilometer that you are contaminating, it reduces the potential that you can claim as carbon credits. So for example, if you apply 1 ton of biochar, at most, you can sell 3.6 tons of CO2. That would be multiplied by 100 or by 200, that would be like $600 per ton applied. And then, depending on the biomass and then on the humidity, for example, of the feedstock, it determines how much is the calorific value of that energy. So it depends on how much energy you will sell as renewable energy, because you obtain syngas that if you, for example, you condense it, you obtain bio oil, you can sell bio oil, or either you can have all syngas, burn it, and then use it as electricity. Like, there are too many possible ways, and it depends on location, on too many things. But on the platform, we are working with that to see the optimals. But it would be less than, yes, maybe in some cases you can obtain it for free, the biochar. In some cases, for that question, you can restore the soil for free.
Thank you, Nicolas. Okay, I think that were the questions for you.
Thank you.
Perfect. And we would continue with our second Argentine startup, which is Unibio. Matthias, it's your turn whenever you want. You can start. We see already the presentation. Perfect.
Okay, yeah, can you hear me well?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. Nice to meet you all. My name is Matthias. I am the co-founder and CEO of Unibio. I'm sure you all have seen this kind of picture before. This is the way we have been producing food in the past 70 years, applying millions of tons of toxic chemicals to the soil that are damaging human health and also affecting the quality of the soil. But we still rely on our chemicals to produce the food we eat. So last year, when we were talking with many industry leaders around the world, they all told us the same. They were worried about the toxicity of their products, and they were actively looking for innovation, mainly because they were worried about the new environmental regulations that are coming, like the Green Deal in Europe, that are starting to ban the most common pesticides, that many of them have no yet replacement. That's why at Unibio, we created this new ingredient to be added on the formulation of pesticides or a delivery tag that can increase significantly the efficacy of the products. In this way, we aim to reduce the toxicity of the synthetic pesticides while we give time to the biological alternative to grow in the market. Our tech is a result of 10 years of research in natural polymers and in nanotech. And basically, very basically, it works like a small bubble that traps inside the active molecules, the chemicals, and then penetrates better the cell walls of the plant and release them slowly. In this way, for example, we tested with the glyphosate, the most common herbicide, and we got a 75% reduction on the chemical part without losing the weed killing effect. But the good part, it is also working with fungicides, with fertilizers, with many of the products the farmers are using. We are a B2B company. We are targeting and want to partner with the main players on this industry, most of them from Germany. We are in an early stage. We just closed our pre-seed round. We are doing pilots in Argentina and South America with agrochemical companies. We are already working to close deals with US and European companies to do pilots. And Unibio was co-founded by two recognized scientists, Vera and Claudia. They came from disciplines that normally don't work together, material science and life science. And we also have the advice of advisor that has decades on this industry. We are here because we understand the importance of keeping the soil healthy, and we want to disrupt the way agrochemicals are being designed. We want to become the new standard. So join us and work together to help us accelerate the global transition in a more sustainable agriculture. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm really surprised by now that all the startups can keep it within the 3 minutes. Nice job. Okay, so now the first hand's not from Pamela, but from Gabriel. Gabriel.
Correcto. ¿En qué estadio se encuentra, en qué estadio de desarrollo se encuentra la solución y qué tan estable la han visto en su funcionamiento a escala de campo, ¿no? En condición real de uso?
Great questions. We last year finished with a laboratory test and we moved to real environment testings. And then in the last spring, summer in Argentina, in South America, we tested on the field with different formulations in different regions. We haven't tested in the same formulation. We tested with herbicides, fungicides, different hormone herbicides, a different kind of product to understand the versatility of our tech. We tested in near Mar del Plata, where we are, in the north of the Buenos Aires province, and then we did some other testings in the north of Argentina. So we already tested on the field. But we need to do more testings, of course, because it's very versatile tech and we can co-formulate it with many different products. We are in the stage of understanding how the other chemicals on the formulation, when we partner with a company, how they affect our particle and how can we improve the co-formulation of our tech. But we are ready to start doing agreement with companies to do this process together, to move to the optimization of a formulation and then get approval from the government to bring to the market this new optimized formulation or this new formulation. Thank you.
Thank you, Matías. Thank you, Gabriel. Gabriela.
Sí. Mi pregunta tiene que ver con la última partecita que mencionabas con respecto a la colaboración o los modelos de articulación con las distintas empresas. ¿Qué modelos están previendo? ¿Cómo visualizan esa articulación, por ejemplo, con Bayer o con BAF que mencionabas? Si están previendo venta de patentes o una comercialización conjunta de desarrollos. Esa por un lado, o sea, la primera pregunta. Y la segunda es si tienen algún estudio o posibilidades de análisis con respecto a la adopción de este tipo de soluciones por parte de productores, o directamente serían las empresas las intermediarias de promocionar este tipo de soluciones.
Thank you, Gabriela, for the questions. So we are a B2B company. So we decided when we started with the journey not to focus on creating a product for farmers. So using this particle or this powder to be sold to farmers so they can include it on the tank. We decided to bring this tech as a tool to formulate better agrochemicals to the players that are already on the market. So in this way, we can have a faster and bigger impact with farmers. So now we are offering this tech to the chemical companies, not the farmers. We are not aiming to bring a product for farmers. And with all of them, we are offering a licensing model. So we decide which kind of formulation they want to improve, chemical or biological, because we can work with both of them. Could be a formulation that is already in the market and is needed to get some improvement to compete better on the market or to reduce costs on the market, or maybe because it's too toxic and they need to reduce toxicity. So we can work to optimize that. Or we can also work with a formulation that is not in the market yet, it's very innovative, but they need to improve the delivery so they can work better and be more competitive. In both cases, we do the final stage of the formulation together, and then we license the know-how and the patents to the specific use of our delivery tech on their specific formulation. But of course, we also talked with farmers in the beginning of our journey, and they were very happy if we can help them to use less of what is degrading their soil, and also to bring to the market new, more sustainable options so they can be more sustainable also for their consumers, us as citizens.
And last quick question by Martin.
Yeah, thank you. Very interesting. If a chemical company is using your technology with a chemical they already have, does this new formulation has to go through the approval process of the authorities again? First question, and second question, if you would come for 2 weeks to Germany, what would you do in these 2 weeks?
Yeah, sure. So our goal in these 2 weeks in Germany will be to meet these big players in the industry. That they are the biggest players in the industry, like Bayer, BASF, and many others, but also many other innovative, probably startups in the biological side. So we can make agreements to do pilots very quickly. We can bring sample with us and start doing the first test step on the testing. That is testing if we can create a synergy with our particles and their chemical formulation or biological formulation, just by adding in a very rudimentary way our particles. If that works, we are now very confident that we can work together for 1 year to bring to the market a new formulation. The regulatory path will depend on the kind of product. If it is a synthetic that is already approved on the market in the EU, and we are doing minor changes by adding only few grams of our particles, in this case, we'll be very fast because our particle is from biological origin, biodegradable, and it's already recognized as a basic material, non-toxic from human health in the EU. So it has the fastest track possible for this kind of products in the European market. And if it is a case of a new synthetic product, totally new molecules, it will need to have all the regulatory paths that a new synthetic molecule has. So it could last 3 years. In the case of biologicals, it's faster. It can last between 6 months and 1 year, depending on the kind of formulation. But we aim to do pilots together in Europe.
Thank you, Matthias. Thank you, Martin. Well, that was the turn of Unibio. Now we would continue with the next startup, which is CIMA. Mauricio, if you're ready, you could show us your pitch.
I'm sharing my screen. Are you seeing that?
Yes, I'm seeing myself.
Okay, let's see.
Yep, there's the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Mauricio Varela, co-founder of CIMA, an AgTech pioneer born in Rosario, in Argentina in 2015. With the presence in 8 Latin American countries, CIMA has been revolutionizing the agricultural landscape because our platform is dedicated to monitoring, controlling, and analyzing crop data. Currently oversees 7 million hectares across these countries, showcasing our commitment to sustainable and data-driven agriculture. CIMA's platform has proven to improve productivity by over 10% and save more than 20% in necessary input applications. And our innovative approach is further highlighted by our partnership with NASA, working on predictive algorithms. For example, yield predictions using satellite imagery. Our competitive advantages are a robust database to build new algorithms, land coverage to escalate products, and health financial metrics to face new opportunities. We weren't as specialists in extensive crops like soybean, but we have identified a golden opportunity in the wine sector. To put things in perspective, the value of soybean meal export from Argentina to Germany in 2021 was $35 million, almost 3% of the total imports of Germany in that product. And the same value of the wine market represents only 0.15%, which is valued at over $20 billion. I mean, the whole wine market. And with major clients like Grupo Peñaflor, owners of Trapiche, for example, we see more than just a new market. It's about connecting the dots. Today, consumers have a significant power driving companies towards sustainable practices, and this pressure is a catalyst for promoting sustainability in the industry. So Grupo Peñaflor has already a very good sustainability program that aligns perfectly with these trends and focusing on value chain, environment, and community. And by integrating CMA's traceability platform, the dots between consumer demand, sustainable practices, and traceable quality products are connected. The feasibility of CMA solution can be tested simply scanning a QR code. We can conduct the product discovery with German consumers, evaluating their interaction and response of this traceability project. And its core, this initiative leverages technology, respond to consumer demand, and promote sustainable methods, presenting a substantial opportunity for Argentine wine producers to meet this growing demand. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Pamela?
Hi, Mauricio. Did you check if you're allowed to use the NASA satellite images in Germany?
Actually, we are using for that technology Sentinel. So NASA provides resources, and we are working with University of Maryland to build the technologies. And now we are moving into writing our own scripts of the algorithms. So we are going to develop our own technology. But we started with the NASA project. I don't know if you know the Harvest project, and they are financing our development. And we started with that. We noticed that our information or our data is valuable. So we started to make our own algorithms.
Okay, but which satellite are you going to use in Germany?
Sentinel. But for this project in specific, we are not using satellites, but we pretend to expand our technology using the cheapest satellites that match with the best practice of the technology.
Mm-hmm. Check also if they are allowed to do that.
Yeah.
That's the suggestion. Thank you.
Okay, the next question by Gabriela.
A mí, ¿no?
Mm-hmm.
Ustedes ya están en otros países, que quisiera saber cómo fue el proceso de adaptación local a cada uno de los países y si ven que ese mismo proceso de ver o conocer los sistemas productivos de cada país les alcanzaría con 2 semanas o sería muy incipiente ese tiempo para poder hacer una misma adaptación en Alemania.
Okay, for that specific project, doesn't need more than 2 weeks because it's to deliver a product discovery with customers. So it's just to test how the consumer react to the traceability program. But to expand the technology and to digitize the fields, maybe you need more than 15 days because depends on the how big is the grower and how they resolve the other problems they have to start a digitized program. So for this specific project of traceability of the wine, it's okay for 15 days.
Perfect. Then there's another question from Martin.
Thank you. If I understood you right, you have a platform which delivers tools for the farmer to improve his farm management on a site-specific way, a field-specific way, for documentation as well as for delivering information about the degree of sustainability or like a product path to the end customer. How much does it cost for a customer?
For the customer, doesn't cost anything. Is the grower or the person who wants to enter in a new market or gain a new label of a product that they pay. So the consumer doesn't pay anything. The grower or
sorry,
the
I mean your customer. Sorry, not the end customer.
Okay,
I mean
sorry.
your,
Okay.
so the farmer.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
So we are not clear about the business model, about the traceability. We are moving into or thinking to moving into a sharing of the profits, a very little percentage. But by now we are selling our platform as a SaaS model. It's by users or by hectares, depending on the segment. We are working with B2C and B2B segments. And how much it costs depends on how big is the field or how big is the company.
Thank you very much for all the questions, for the pitch. Then this was your turn, and we will continue with the fourth startup from Argentina, which is UCrop IT. I'm not sure. Now we will learn how to pronounce this correctly. Diego, please.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's UCrop it, just as you said it. I'm
perfect.
Sharing my screen now. Hopefully you can see it.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so one second, please. I'm gonna put the. In UCrop, we are in the business of verifying sustainable agriculture at a global scale in a way that it's simple, scalable, and accurate. My name is Diego Jotter. I am the CEO and co-founder. Why is this important to companies? Because in order to bring forward from the farm to your brand any sustainability claims, as CO2 footprints, balance, water efficiencies, social metrics, to comply with your scope 3 or sustainable objectives as a company, you need to be able to trace them back to whom, how, where, and when in a way that is robust. To avoid any greenwashing risks, for example, right? And to sustain your sustainable initiatives. So we basically are a platform that connects farmers with agri-food companies within the value chain to agree, trace, and verify sustainability objectives at farm level. As of today, we are digitizing more than 4 million hectares. We are tracing more than 1.2 million hectares of climate-smart verified crops, with more than 750 growers, and tracing more than 20 extensive and intensive crops across 1,000 agreed licenses between these companies and growers to produce sustainable crop stories. Those are our products. We support more than 60 companies, multinational and regional companies across many different locations, spanning from the US to Latin American South, all the way to Australia. And we have grown our revenues more than 10 times since inception in 2020, and more than 20 times our customer base. Basically, the problem is that, in order to move from a conventional agriculture to a more environmentally footprint agriculture, we need to open the agricultural black box. So we need to measure crops sustainable metrics so that we can make it manageable. That's why we created the crop story as a vessel for companies and farmers to basically turn commodity crops to climate smart verified ones. And a crop story basically is a blockchain recorded document that has all key metrics on the crops. It's all pretty much endorsed by the grower's electronic identity, who is legally entitled to exploit that land. And out of this, the soil metrics for sustainable use of land to the crop metrics on impact on carbon footprints, water efficiency, social metrics, and other important relevant biodiversity protection, other important sustainable metrics are basically verified and endorsed for immutability, so that the information can be shared between farmers and companies under GDPR laws. And basically, these digital agreements that produce crop stories can be tailor-made for each company's objective. What Bimbo will trace, it differs from what Bayer will trace based on their interest and compliance objectives. But under these agreements, pretty much farmers gives the data use rights to the companies to bring it forward to brand, products, and processes to basically make robust traceable claims on that. And so companies are our customers. They pay us a fee to relate us with free farmers users to produce crop stories and reward them with monetary incentives for the use of these crop stories to bring it forward to their products.
Sorry, Diego, the 3 minutes have passed.
Yeah, sorry about that. I guess I'm the one that didn't get to finalize the pitch on the 3 minutes call, but then happy
to the best. Yeah, it
yeah.
had to happen once today. I would have been surprised if it wouldn't have happened once. So no worries.
All right.
Maybe we can now take the time to hear the questions, and you can also use your slides to answer the questions.
Okay.
Martin?
Yeah, thank you. So if I understood it right, you are delivering a platform to document the sustainability in terms of ecology. What about social and other sustainable goals? Do you also document this and deliver this to the end customer or not?
Yes, basically, yes, because all sustainability protocols, which not only involve environmental metrics, but also social metrics, can be tailor-made to produce a crop story that, based on growers' endorsement and evidence of the realization, can provide those traceable data on a verified manner to the company that is engaging with the farmers in order to trace that from farm to brand, right? Or from farm to the product.
Pamela?
Yeah, same here, Diego. So in order to understand correctly what you do, what problem do you solve? Where did you see the challenge?
So, the main problem that we're solving is the robustness for which companies, whether they're CPG, input providers, financial institutions, engage with growers to sustain robust claims across the value chain. If you cannot trace back to the farm level in an agree way with the farmer on evidence-robust manner, the claims, the metrics that you are bringing forward to your product from the farm, you might be getting into a huge greenwashing risk, right? Because it's about what you can trace and what you can fundament, rather than what you claim. And we are solving that. We are making sustainable traceability from farm to fork in an evidence, growers endorse way that will account not only for how you have managed your crops with sustainability verified metrics, but also the sustainability land use from where those crops are being produced. We are actually the official platform for the 2BSPS standard on sustainability use of soils for all entire America. And we can match that with ISCC standards as well, in order to not only report on the sustainability use of land for non-deforestation, whether that impacts protected area by biodiversity protection, but also through the crop story algorithm, bring it forward in terms of the practices, the crop management practices that will reduce the carbon footprints, will account for a higher water efficiency, and all that automatically calculated in the platform with the traceable activity and information that then we can bring forward to a QR code that the company has the rights from the farmer to showcase at the product level and can sustain their CO2 balance metrics, their water footprints metrics, in a way they can make claims out of that, such as the way we're working with Bimbo, with Nestle and other companies.
Okay. And you charge the big ones, not the farmers.
Of course, we charge the companies, farmers are free users.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Gabriela, last question for Diego.
¿Tienen demostrado en distintos tipos de productos, desde granos o cultivos, o productos elaborados como ya vinos o algún tipo de alimentos?
Sí, Gabriela, we trace the lion's share of the commodity crops, soybeans, barley, wheat, amongst others. These crops, for example, in the case of corn and wheat, we work with Bimbo to bring it forward to the end baked products at the supermarket level, shelves from the farm to the product impacting the supermarket. And we also have traced, for example, watermelons for the BSF Gota Dulce program in differentiated sustainable watermelons for the ones that are not, right? And bring it forward to the watermelon shelves with the QR code. So yeah, we're fitted to tracing extensive crop as well as intensive crop with our same technology. And we also have some forestry assets being traced as well for carbon footprint programs.
Thank you, Diego. Thank you, Gabriela.
One thing, we will be in Anuga, present in Germany, in Cologne, showcasing our farm to fork traceability solution to all specialty companies there. We know that is an important event in Germany, so we were happy to see you all if you are in there as well.
Nice. Thank you
In
for
Cologne.
the short message to everyone. Okay, so and now we would continue with the last Argentinian startup, and in general, the last startup that is pitching, which is, well, alphabetically, the last one with W, Viagro. So Ariel, now it's your time to shine. 3 minutes. You still have to unmute yourself, Ariel. We can't listen. We can't hear you. Yeah.
Hello. Nice to meet you, everyone. Well, I will try to enter this in 3 minutes. Okay, this is a picture. It's corn affected by fungus due poor conservation methods. It's a small picture, small problem of a very big issue that is the food loss and waste that occurs every year in every part of the world, more than $1 trillion in economical losses, but also a very big environmental and social impact. We have the food for 2 billion people that will be the increase in population by 2050, and we are throwing it away. So I'm Ariel Ismirlian, CEO of Viagro, a team of 15 people that are working in the Nanotechnology Foundation in Argentina, doing a grain-based blockchain platform to measure the quality of conservation of any kind of food, starting with grains in any part of the world with nanosatellite connectivity solutions, measuring especially temperature, humidity, and dioxide of carbon, that is the main parameter that give us the information about the quality of the acid, improving the storage of those, and phosphine too. We have our solution implemented in different kind of storage method and transportation methods, silos, conventional silos, silo bags, ships on the ocean, barges on the river, and many tents of fumigation. For example, the smart silo bag solution that monitors the quality of the grain during the storage in silo bags, improving the quality and reducing the risk of losses. In conventional silo, reducing the possibility of hotspots with 15 days of anticipation. The solution for monitoring the fumigation in tents, reducing the danger of the contact between the staff and this dangerous gas. And all this kind of solution monitored by our platform based on blockchain. Also, we connect many other stakeholders with these digitalized assets to reduce also the carbon footprint by connecting and automating their services too. For example, the warranty companies and also the finance companies that can give farmers collateral finance tools for them for future financial campaigns in the next year. Here is a small example of this. We are also working in the future of this technology, reducing the size and, of course, improving this solution in many other storage methods. For example, in coffee, sugar, potato, and cacao. Well, some of the numbers of our impact and our investors, and I invite you to follow us in the social media. Well, thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Ariel. Yes, 3 minutes are very short. We all know that.
Very difficult. Yeah.
Okay, there we have some questions from Pamela.
Ariel, same question as for your colleague. Which satellite do you use, and are you allowed to use it in Germany?
Well, the difference maybe between many other startups is that we use nanosatellite connectivity not only to take pictures, but also to transmit information. And those satellites are allowed to work in any part of the world. In fact, we have in the last slide, I was showing that we have solutions deployed already in, of course, Argentina, Brazil, South Africa, Romania, and we are working with a very important company for fumigation in Germany too, to deploy our fumigation monitoring solution there. So we have already checked that, okay?
Okay, great. And at which part of your solution are you using blockchain exactly to do what?
In every part of the solution, in some of the solutions, they have more like importance than in others. But for example, in the quality monitoring for traceability, it's very important, the blockchain, because we have like immunity of the data, we have the transparency of the data that we are sharing, and this allows the future crops production decommoditizing the commodities, because we can trace from where is the crops that we are already monitoring, and we can certify that grains are or were stored under certain standards and send them to the trader or even send them to the other country. Also with fumigation, for example, we have traceability of all that process under blockchain, and we certify not only for the fumigation company, but also for the seed company, for example, that the fumigation was correctly done, and that kind of certificates are based under blockchain too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel.
La pregunta tiene que ver con si han hecho o si tienen alguna cuantificación de retorno a la inversión por el uso de la tecnología. ¿Cuánto?
Sí, lo hemos hecho. Sorry, I will switch to English. Yes, we have calculated, and we have the evidence of that too, Gabriel. We have calculated the return of investment in less than 1 year. Okay, and we have evidence of that in our webpage. You can see our numbers where we see the return of the investment of the farmers, not only in economical numbers, but also in environmental numbers that are most cases more important than the economical numbers of the farmer or even of the trader. We have different business models too, depending of what kind of solution we can implement in the farmer, and sometimes we charge to the farmer, but many other times we charge to other companies like insurance companies or financial companies, and for the farmer is absolutely free, the solution, and we have those environmental impacts too. Okay, and one very important thing here is that with one SDG we are having impact in many others, and by reducing the food loss and waste, we can, with only one SDG, that is the number 12, impact indirectly in like 6 or 7 other SDGs too, and this is a very good part of it, and we are measuring this also in our web page. You can see those numbers too. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ariel. So I think that was it. Congratulations to all the startups. You did all an amazing job while pitching. Now this is the time that the 4 jurors that had a lot of questions will leave us and meet together with Annika in the other MS Teams room, so they can discuss internally which startups are the winning startups. And we will give the judges about 20 minutes. I know we have a little delay. I'm sorry for that, but the judges were so actively making questions, and I didn't want to cut the questions, because I know it is a big prize, a big award as well. And I mean, you have to have a good basis to be able to evaluate all the great startups that are here, right? So I'm sorry for the delay, but I think it was worth it. And now we will give the judges 20 minutes. See you in a bit. Ciao, ciao. And now we will have, in the meantime, some short presentations, almost like pitches as well, because everyone has just about 5 minutes. So I would like to welcome our first speaker, Gustavo Rodriguez, which is who's part of the Argentine-German dialogue on sustainable agricultural innovations, and he will present us an AgTech platform that they created.
Gracias. Nora, no sé si se escucha bien.
Perfecto.
Sí.
¿Todos me están escuchando bien? Aunque sea la manito así. Ah, ok.
Sí, sí.
Sí, perfecto.
Comparto pantalla entonces.
Perfect, we can see your screen and the presentation.
Bien. Ok, gracias. Mi presentación va a ser en castellano. Cualquier cosa seleccionen el idioma por cualquier cosa. Mi nombre es Gustavo Rodríguez, estoy a cargo de la gestión transitoriamente de la plataforma AgTech.ar. La plataforma AgTech.ar es fruto de un trabajo conjunto que se viene realizando entre el Ministerio de Economía a través de la Secretaría de Agricultura, Ganadería y Pesca de la Nación con el Ministerio de Agricultura y Alimentación de Alemania, a través de una consultora que le da entidad al trabajo que se viene realizando, que es quien nos convoca ahora a formar parte de este espacio. Este trabajo que se viene haciendo conjunto desde la Secretaría, a través de la consultora, en quien está como presentes acá Marnix Dorn y todo el equipo. Venimos trabajando desde hace aproximadamente unos 2 años, en el cual el año pasado se realizó un diagnóstico sobre el ecosistema AgTech a nivel nacional, focalizándose en 3 áreas concretas: la provincia de Córdoba, la provincia de Santa Fe y el ecosistema de la provincia de Buenos Aires. Se visitaron las 3 regiones, se intercambió y se trabajó con los diferentes referentes institucionales y empresarios y startups, en el cual a fin del año pasado se elaboró un diagnóstico para hacer un relevamiento sobre lo que necesita el ecosistema AgTech nacional para posicionarse a nivel LATAM y a nivel internacional. Surgieron varios desafíos, sintetizamos nosotros desde la plataforma en 3: tener un registro, esto por eso las 3 palabras, estos 3 términos, tener un registro a través de un mapeo nacional de las tecnologías disponibles que existen en el país. Por otro lado, poder formar una comunidad fortalecida para mostrarnos al mundo como verdaderamente lo que somos, desarrolladores de tecnologías y no solamente de materia prima. Y también poder registrarnos como una marca, destacarse como el que es AgTech.ar, una marca nacional que se exporta al mundo. De ahí, de este fruto y de este diálogo en conjunto que se realizaron con estas 3 estructuras, provincias, ecosistemas de cada provincia, de cada región, surge el desafío de ubicar todo eso a nivel digital a través de la plataforma AgTech, cuyo propósito es poder acelerar la vinculación y la colaboración entre todo el ecosistema de tecnologías y productivos agroalimentarios o agrobioindustriales de la Argentina. Esto es, poder articular con startups, productores, universidades y todo el ecosistema de innovación y emprendimiento, para seguir promoviendo las tecnologías y aumentar lo que es la sustentabilidad y competitividad de nuestra producción nacional. Nos focalizamos en 3 puntos, en 3 verticales que le llamamos objetivos, que tienen que ver con esto. Lo más difícil para una startup a veces tiene que ver con el posicionamiento, darse a conocer, y la plataforma brinda esa posibilidad a través de un micrositio. AgTech.ar es un sitio que contiene varios micrositios. Les proponemos llenar ese micrositio con la información de cada startup que quiera mostrar a todo el ecosistema, con esta información relevante, datos de contacto, para poder visualizar lo que están haciendo. También que la plataforma pueda brindar una herramienta que tiene que ver con interactuar no solo con las mismas startups, sino también con empresas, con organizaciones, con agencias, con la academia, y también con gente de interés que puede estar buscando tecnologías para su propia producción, y esto también, mirarlo desde la otra vertical, poder realizar negocios, no solo recibir inversión, sino también recibir contrataciones de demandas para la incorporación de tecnologías a través de sus procesos productivos. Por ende, el ecosistema AgTech nacional va a estar reflejado dentro de AgTech.ar, y esto significa que la plataforma va a buscar contener incubadoras de emprendimiento, aceleradoras, venture capital. La idea es también poder visualizar a través de micrositios polos y centros tecnológicos con los cuales dispone el país, ¿no? Sabemos que hay por provincias diferentes agencias y desarrollos y polos tecnológicos que brindan servicios para las diferentes tecnologías, y también, digo, poder tener la posibilidad que, como de cada provincia o de cada región se realizaron diagnósticos o microdiagnósticos, por llamarlo de alguna forma, poder estar disponibles y visualizarse a través de la plataforma, saber con qué cuenta el ecosistema, por ejemplo, de Córdoba, con qué tecnologías cuenta el ecosistema de Santa Fe, con qué tecnologías cuenta. Estamos en conversaciones con gente referente del ecosistema de Mendoza, próximo a incorporarse, tanto desarrollos tecnológicos como también a las diferentes estructuras que acompañan y potencian a los desarrollos tecnológicos. Y tal vez otro aspecto importante de la plataforma es que cada startup pueda validar su emprendimiento, su desarrollo, encontrar una demanda de su tecnología, también poder generar diferentes reuniones, meets, con tal vez el público de interés que necesiten. De la plataforma se va a intentar generar y se va a buscar generar y lograr foros, eventos. Este evento se buscó intentar transmitirlo, que sea nuestro primer hito a transmitir, pero como solemos decir en Argentina, las frutas se acomodan en el traslado. La plataforma necesita esa dinámica y aceitar el mecanismo para que podamos utilizarlo y llegue realmente a una utilización óptima. Así que estamos en camino a poder desarrollar diferentes espacios de formación, de capacitación, de visualización. Con esto, invitarlos, digo, a estas startups que hoy se presentan, poder invitarlos a formar parte de este gran ecosistema, que lo que se busca es internacionalizar nuestra tecnología nacional hacia el mundo. Porque a través de AgTech.ar vas a poder conectarte y relacionarte con todos los actores del ecosistema de innovación, no solo nacional, sino también internacional, y así poder potenciar el ecosistema AgTech y difundir la oferta que tenemos como tecnologías a diferentes sectores, tanto productivos como inversionistas, como las empresas del sector. Esto es rescatar vínculos, los vínculos que se puedan generar, la facilidad para trabajar y generar networking con diferentes empresas, y también la posibilidad de generar la visualización de lo que quiero mostrar en cuanto a mis startups. Por último, tiene muchas potencialidades las plataformas, solamente remarcar en 2 o 3 de las 5 que enumeramos para no extendernos en el tiempo, de esto: ofrecer un espacio integrado, ¿sí?, que brinde información concreta, sencilla, dinámica y también importante para quienes necesiten acceder a la misma. También esto, dar la posibilidad de generar un networking necesario para poder generar los negocios correspondientes. Y por último, esto, tener una plataforma, una herramienta que facilite la permanente presentación de tecnologías. Apuntamos principalmente a eso. Dejo había una presentación, un video, pero para no robar más tiempo, apuntamos a esto con la plataforma AgTech.ar. Es una herramienta que necesita de del trabajo de ustedes, de que ustedes se puedan registrar, de que se sumen para darle dinamismo y que sea para ustedes la herramienta válida para internacionalizarse y mostrarse hacia el mundo. Muchísimas gracias, Nora, por el espacio y excelente las presentaciones que fui escuchando y espero que tal vez después de esto ya las vea registradas en AgTech.ar.
Thank you very much, Gustavo, for your time, for presenting the platform. And now I would like to give a warm welcome to our second speaker, Ms. Sandra Willer from DLG, German Agricultural Society, who will present us a very important fair in Germany, which is called AgTechnica. We want to mention that the AHK Uruguay, the Chamber of Industry and Commerce in Uruguay, and together with us, the Chamber of Commerce in Argentina, are organizing a delegation to this fair, which consists of 4 days spent at this fair and also some interesting site visits. And if you're interested, you could still register at until the end of this month. And after the presentation of Sandra, Marnix will add some more information about an event that is happening at the AgTechnica. And first I would like to invite Sandra and then Marnix. So Sandra, whenever you want, you can activate your microphone and I will now share your presentation because previously we had some technical problems with that. Let me see, where's your presentation?
Thank you very much, Nora. Can you hear me well like this? Okay. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here as well. And it was really interesting to listen to all these interesting pitches. And I would like to invite you now to travel with me virtually to Germany. My name is Sandra Willer and I am the area manager for North and South America at DLG. That's the German Agricultural Society. We are the organizer of AgTechnica, and AgTechnica is the world's leading trade fair for agricultural machinery, and we organize it this November from 12th to 18th of November in Germany on the fairground of Hanover. And now you can check to the next slide, please. And I would like to give you some numbers to get an idea of the size of the fair. Because it's an indoor fair, we all organize it in pavilions, and it's that we expect over 2,600 exhibitors from all over the world. So far, 2,500 have registered, and they are so far from over 50 countries. And in the moment, we have an international participation registered from the exhibitor side of over 1,700 international exhibitors. And we expect 400,000 visitors over the 7 days of the trade fair. And we have 24 pavilions in total that we will cover all with agricultural machinery. And we are really happy to say that we are fully booked. So after a pandemic and after a time where we couldn't organize it, it's the first edition after 2019 that we organize now again. So it's 4 years waiting for all of you to come. So we're happy that we can do it now. And it's around 408,000 square meters that are planned with exhibitors. Coming now to the delegation that we've just talked, Nora, that you've talked about it. There's the possibility to come and visit the trade fair in the delegation of the Chamber of Commerce. And it's always a very great organized trip. We always welcome you at the fairground where we have our International Visitors Lounge, where you're always welcome to be. And at the showground, we have an international program, a technical program that you can see. We have our Innovation Awards and innovations that are launched at AgTechnica and presented to the industry. So there are very many innovations that have been handed in, and the award with a gold medals and silver medals will be shown at the different exhibitor areas. We have different spotlights where we will present different topics. And our guiding theme this time is green productivity. The idea is that in the future, it will be important to increase productivity and do it with less use and less intense farm inputs. And so we really want to check that the environment is protected. And so that's the major topic over all Agritechnica. And what we will have this time for the first time, it's an indoor farming as well as a certain topic. We call it in-house farming, showing all the greenhouse growings. And this will be new to Agritechnica this time. And we will have a drive experience where you can check also to drive some some special machinery by invitation from exhibitors. We will have our international dealer center. So we have different parts at the showground that are really focusing on certain topics. And for sure, we also have an agri-food startup area. They are coming from 17 countries so far. We have 62 that have signed in. So if you as a startup would like to participate, we have the chance that you can still register for a booth. Maybe you can go just once back to the slide, because we have still the option to participate with a full service stand if you want to. There are still the few last spaces available. I've just checked with Christopher. He is our contact there if you are still interested in that. And there will be daily pitches that can be watched as well if you're interested to come just as a visitor and see how we do it there. And now you can go to the last slide that I have. Thank you very much. That's the big fairground from above to see all the pavilions, and you can see that we have the startup scene all the way below in Pavilion 11, or close to Pavilion 11, and in Pavilion 9 we will, for instance, have the Argentine pavilion. We have in the moment 22 country pavilions from all over the world that will participate. And if you have not been to Hanover yet, there are buses that connect to the different pavilions so that you can shorten your walkways. And if you see on the left side, the green DLG logo, that's the place where we will have our International Visitors Lounge. I will be working there, and I will be more than happy to meet all of you in person instead of digital. And so it would be really great to see you there. And so I wish good luck to the next step of the pitches. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandra, for connecting from Germany. And right now it's already almost 6 o'clock. So thank you very much for being here still. And Manix, I think you wanted to add something about the LATAM Congress.
Yeah. Also together in collaboration with
We can't hear you really well. Sorry.
Together with Sandra's colleagues, we have been working on the organization of a seminar. One of the things we have seen in our project is that the understanding of the Europeans about what's happening in Argentina or in Latin America in general is not really broad. So we'll be organizing a seminar together with Brazil, where in this case the Argentinian ambassador together with people from the industry organization will present what's happening in Argentina, what technology is currently there, and we will also be presenting the innovation environment of Argentina, startups, investment possibilities, scale-up possibilities for agrotechnology from German startups in Argentina. We have a little bit more space here to experiment, so it's a great opportunity. So that will be taking place, and we'll be confirming that. And besides, again, please register on agtech.io We're organizing and coordinating with the ministry at this moment also to have the platform present at the Argentinian pavilion in order to show all the Argentinian startups and knowledge that's being currently developed in the context of the pavilion that Argentina will have on the trade fair. So you can either take Sandra's offer, and I think it's a really good deal for the price they give for that, to be there present. If not, there is a digital possibility to be present when registering on AgTech.ar. So that's from me. So we're not only working here, but the dialogue is always on both sides. So we'll be present there, and we hope to see you either digitally or in presence over there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Manix, and again, Sandra. Well, if anyone is interested, you have many people you can ask, and we will derive to the correct person. So feel free if that's the case. And now the third and last speaker for today, which is Ingrid Drago from the Stock Exchange of Rosario, or better known here as La Bolsa de Comercio de Rosario. So thank you very much for being here, Ingrid. There I see that you already activated your video. And thank you for telling us a little bit about your AgTech mentoring program that you offer.
¿Qué tal? Buen día. ¿Cómo están? Un gusto, Nora, estar en contacto. Gracias por la invitación a la AgTech, es un partner nuestro desde hace varios años. Pero un gusto además compartir este evento con muchos colegas del ecosistema. Así que es bueno tener cada vez más de estos encuentros, ¿no? Un elemento clave, el encuentro del ecosistema en sí mismo para que funcione. Como decía Nora, hablaré en representación de la Bolsa de Comercio de Rosario y más específicamente del área de innovación dentro de la bolsa, que es un área más reciente. Estamos trabajando desde el año 2017 en una institución que tiene casi 140 años. En poquitos días vamos a cumplir. Voy a compartir pantalla. Permiso. Ese era mi email. Y ahora sí. Bien, para sintetizar, pues un poquito los minutos, nosotros trabajamos por el desarrollo del ecosistema de innovación en el país, pero siendo en verdad mucho foco en nuestra localidad, en lo que es Rosario y el Gran Rosario y la provincia de Santa Fe. Y por supuesto que dada la vinculación de la Bolsa de Comercio de Rosario con el negocio del agro, nuestras verticales son agronegocios, biotech aplicada al agro y también fintech aplicada al agro. Dentro de nuestros ejes trabajamos por la cultura de la innovación para que muchas de las compañías, acopios, exportadores, productores se involucren cada vez más con una cultura del agilismo y que promueva la innovación en sus propios lugares de impacto. También lo que es la cultura de la inversión en innovación. Quedo por supuesto dispuesta a conversar sobre esto después en detalle para quienes me quieran contactar. El segundo eje es la creación propiamente dicho de un mercado de la innovación, porque históricamente la bolsa ha generado mercados, un mercado de granos, de futuros y opciones, y así seguimos trabajando, en nuestro core. También así pensamos la innovación, ¿no? Cómo podemos hacer para institucionalizar este encuentro entre la oferta y la demanda. Y generar también naturalmente un marco institucional y las herramientas que veamos en este mercado de la innovación nacional que puedan ocurrir. Trabajando en concreto en el segundo eje, que es la creación de este mercado, lanzamos este programa, se llama BCR Startup Network, que pretende ser una red de vinculación acelerada para las startups que participan de nuestras convocatorias. Nosotros lo que hacemos es abrir cada año la convocatoria, de hecho ahora en octubre abre la cuarta, y esta red que se va consolidando año a año es durante un año completo expuesta a distintas instancias de vinculación con los agronegocios según la necesidad también que tengan las startups. Recibimos algunas que quieren crecer en sus cadenas de comercialización, otras quizás estén validando algunas cuestiones también referentes a sus nuevos productos o a sus tecnologías. En otros casos están en búsqueda estricta de capital. Pero bueno, tenemos distintas verticales. La idea es que dentro de lo que podemos cubrir por año, por ejemplo, el año pasado ingresaron 26 startups, podamos dentro de un marco estandarizado que tiene un calendario común, atender a las necesidades particulares de esas startups como beneficio. Estos son algunos de esos servicios que brindamos, son los meetups y networking. Nosotros acá hacemos instancias online en donde los presentamos y los hacemos encontrar con estos actores, que pueden ser grandes compañías o fondos de inversión o clientes. Posicionamiento estratégico, eventos internacionales de alto impacto. Muchos de ustedes nos acompañaron el año pasado en lo que fue la AgTech Week, una semana que congregó alrededor de 3.000 personas en la ciudad de Rosario, y muchos de los actores generamos eventos para este público. A casi 600 personas, y aquí se presentaron muchas de estas startups. Showroom de startups que los tenemos en distintos dispositivos. Tenemos una app que se llama Win, además de nuestra propia web, donde pueden interactuar con todas estas compañías. Créditos y mentorías, no solo de AWS, también otras que también lo están ofreciendo y no están en esta presentación, pero es tan solo un ejemplo. Y la posibilidad de participar de un espacio de coworking propio, pero también convenios con otros. Esta es la red de la que estoy hablando. Aquí están las 70 que conforman la red desde que nosotros iniciamos en el programa. Seguimos en relación con ellas y la verdad es que siguen percibiendo algunos de los beneficios, pero es cierto que año a año hacemos foco en las que resultan propias del periodo de selección, que en este año son 26, que también están aquí cargadas, ¿no? 26 de las 70 totales. Estos son algunos de nuestros partners. Acá van a ver realmente la diversidad del ecosistema, porque hay compañías, pero también hay actores del tercer sector que están, es decir, instituciones no gubernamentales y no gubernamentales, que promueven el desarrollo del ecosistema. También están las universidades, hay algunas partners del exterior, por supuesto, como lo es la Cámara AgTech, hay fondos de inversión y algunos actores muy ligados al agro, como los corredores de cereales, como los grandes exportadores. Aquí para mencionar a grandes rasgos algunos de nuestros partners en el exterior. Y sí quería comentarles, ya cerrando, creo que estoy bien en horario, Nora, pero cualquier cosa menciónamelo. Nosotros hemos pensado una forma de articular mejor con ustedes a partir de este gran programa que han llevado adelante con otros actores, y dado que he estado escuchando a algunas de las finalistas que se estuvieron presentando, nos gustaría invitarlos a que puedan formar parte de nuestra convocatoria digamos, con una autopista simple, por decirlo de alguna manera, ¿no? Y que no tengan que hacer todo el proceso de selección, sino que puedan ingresar directamente como un premio. Entonces, nuestro ofrecimiento en este sentido al programa es: veamos realmente cómo avanzan los ganadores, veamos quiénes son, veamos esas tesis de las startups que llegan, y si alguna de ellas machea con la tesis del programa, esto no lo puedo decir yo, lo va a decidir realmente el comité que interviene en la selección de nuestras startups. Conforme llegue octubre y al momento de decidir quiénes son, les estaremos avisando y les diremos, bueno, ustedes, producto de ya todo un proceso de selección que hicieron en el marco del programa de la AgTech, pueden ingresar directamente a nuestro programa. Hasta aquí queda abierta a preguntas, y si no, con mucho gusto, después a través de la AgTech queda a disposición de seguir profundizando. Muchas gracias.
Sorry, I just had to change to the English channel because I was listening in Spanish. But thank you very much to Ingrid. Thank you very much for the great offer for all the startups. I saw that some startups are already part in the program, or at least I saw some logos, but for some it could be very interesting. So very much, thank you very much for your presentation. And I'm already too excited to talk more, because I see that the jurors are already back. This means that the moment of truth has come. I think we desperately want to know who won the contest. So yeah, I leave the word to whoever of you wants to present the winners. Maybe we start with those of rank 3, 2, and then the great winner.
Okay, so it's my duty to introduce or present the second and the third place in the case of the startups from Argentina. That's an honor for me. Guys, just for you to know, it wasn't that easy. All of you have presented great solutions. It's probably not fair that they're not equally comparable, but you have, of course, detected a pain, a problem that has to be solved. And I think when you start from that point, you will be successful. So, but we had to choose, and that's the pity. So it's an honor for me to introduce to you the third place in Argentina. And afterwards, Nora can tell you what that means. And the third place is We Agro. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you very much. We are really pleased, first, to participate about this program, and second, about being the third place. Very nice. Thank you very much for selecting us.
And the second place is Caligenia. I don't know if Caligenia would like to say some words.
Yes, thank you very much for the opportunity to participate. Very glad. Thank you.
And now I will give the word to my colleagues to announce the first places for Germany and Argentina. Thank you. Martin.
Okay, perfect. So it's my duty to announce the first place for the Argentinian startup. Before I do this, I will leave some words. Of course, all presentations were really good. You have lots of good tools, good services, lots of good or huge impacts to increase the degree of sustainability of our farming work for our world, what we need. Don't stop, accelerate your development. Everybody should go ahead. We need you all, but of course, at the end, there can just be one first winner or one winner. And the winner from the Argentinian side is Unibio.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Martin. It's a really pleasure for us. We are very proud with my co-founders. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And we are very excited about the idea of going to Germany to leverage your network to meet German companies to collaborate and create better solutions for sustainability and the future. So thank you very much. We look forward to it. And congratulations for the other participants. They're really, really great. And all the other winners too. So thank you.
Well, congratulations also from my side for the three, but also for you, Crop, and Sima as well. I mean, it was a hard decision, I guess. And later, well, let's hear first who's the winner from the German side, and then we can talk about the awards again, what this means. So who's announcing the winners from Argentina?
Gabriela.
No, por Germany.
Germany, sorry.
Bien, por Alemania teníamos dos presentaciones que también merecen sus felicitaciones. La decisión, por lo tanto, estaba más fácil porque era entre dos. Y ha recaído sobre una de las startups que combina distintos tipos de tecnologías, de imágenes satelitales, datos reales, inteligencia artificial, para poner foco en uno de los temas hoy claves en nuestro país y en el mundo, que es la huella de carbono, la captura de carbono. Por lo tanto, estamos hablando de que el primer premio es para Smart Cloud Farming, así que felicitaciones a ellos y a todos los participantes, por supuesto.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Very honored to that. Very honored to go to Argentina for this great opportunity. I'd like to thank, all the other kudos to all the other startups, to the judge, and of course the organizers. Thanks a lot. It's been amazing. Thanks.
Well, congratulations also to you, Michele, and also to Diego. I'm not sure, maybe Manix, do you want to tell a little bit more about the awards that get the second and third place winners?
Yeah, sure. I think, and that was a good decision. We first thought just the winner takes it all, and we leave it at that. But then we said we probably get interesting proposals, and I think we did. I think there were really great ideas. And between the jurors and myself, we're gonna offer coaching, accompaniment in development. So I think between Martin and where are you? You're already disconnected, no? And some other colleagues we're gonna discuss. Ah, Gabriel, there you are. I thought we lost you already. We offer the accompaniment, thinking about maybe more than a general coaching, also the need your company has, be it on technology development, be it on internationalization, be it on IP management, to see where we can provide you with some guidance through the sessions that would be necessary. We're thinking about 4 or 5. But I would say maybe you're so interesting that you can motivate us to kind of accompany a little bit more than that. So that's the prize for the third and the second one, and so you can pick our minds and use our experience for the needs you have.
Perfect. Thank you, Manix. I think we also said that we would then later send an evaluation to everyone, so to make it more transparent to all the startups about the evaluation, right? Just
yes.
to mention that.
Yes, of course, feedback. Without feedback, we don't learn. So we'll provide that to all of you.
Perfect. And I think I can say goodbye from my side, but now, Manix, do you have some other words or to finish this big final event?
First, thanks for all of you. I think thanks for Martin and Pamela for participating. The German part, although Pamela is in Chile, Buenos Aires. I don't know where you are. You're more Latin than German. Gabriel y Gabriela, thanks for participating, and thanks for all the startups to kind of provide these ideas to us and share these ideas with us. And we hope to see you all very soon. And as you've seen, please subscribe in the platform. I think it will be a big push to kind of put Argentinian technology on the agenda, and it's free also for non-Argentinian startups. So for the Germans, also happy to for your inscription. In the end, it's an ecosystem that we try to build for the agriculture here in Argentina. So thank you very much for being here, and hope to see you soon.
Well, thank you very much to everyone. We stay in touch.